Before heading to the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it and don't forget to click the bell icon for the latest update notification. If you like the video, do like, comment and share. Stay tuned with learnway.co. Happy learning!
So let's start with the Git. So everyone has created the GitHub account. Hello?
Yes, Abhishek.
Anyone who has not created the GitHub account? Okay. So I think all of you guys have created. And all of you have installed Git SPM. Okay, fine. So now let's do one thing. What I will do. Okay, so I'm creating this repository. So I'm creating this repository. I'll keep this public and let me initialize it with this create repository. So what I will do, so I'll create a folder with everyone's name. So I just need one by one. So let's start with the okay. So what I will do, I will add the folders here. Okay. Now, before that, what you need to do, you just fork this. I'm going to share you this link. What you guys do, you just copy this link. I'm sharing it in the chat box. Everyone open this link and let me know whether it is showing this to you. So it will show you this fork button. Okay. First of all, you need to sign in into your account. So sign in into your account, and then it will show you this fork button. So click on this fork button and tell me what exactly it is showing to you. So is this button showing to you guys, everyone? Hello? Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
So now click on this fork and it will so you will be able to fork it in your in your cloud repository or in your GitHub account. Now once it is done, so here it should be showing your username and then this repository name. Okay, if it is not showing, still if it is showing, so see what you have: LMS Learn Vista LBPY. This repository is my repository, the one which I have shared to you. You have forked this repository and now you have forked it into your user account or in your GitHub account. Okay, so this repository, forked repository, will be available here. You can see here. So where is this? July weekday 2020. Okay, this with this username. Now you can go here and just open this. Everyone please open this and let me know whether it is showing this your username and then this repository. If it is showing your username here in the beginning, then go here in the code. If it is not showing, it is showing LMS Learn Vista, then don't do that. Okay, so just go here and click on this code button and copy this link.
Abhishek, can you provide the link? I joined little late.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So copy this link. Everyone has copied this link.
Yep.
Okay. Now come to those who are on Windows. Those who are on Windows, they will be using Git Bash. Okay. And those who are on other platform like Linux, Unix, or Mac, they can come here in this desktop. Here you can go to New and click on Terminal. Okay. Click on this terminal. Fine. Is it done, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, done.
1 minute. One minute. Okay, so go to this new, click on terminal. Okay, so this will open. Now here you may write okay, so first you write git config. So you need to set up your account. So first you write git dash global, sorry, this git config dash global, and then user dot name, and write your name in the double quotation. Okay, fine. Right, do this. So basically you are setting up your identity with which name and with which username or with which user email you will be making the changes. Okay, so first we are setting the username, and this setting we are doing in the git, or you can say in the local system. Okay, so first do this. Write git config dash global user dot name and then your name in the quotation. Let me know once it is done. Once it is done, just go ahead and do email, user dot email, and write the email ID with which you have created the GitHub account. Yes, Jude.
Should the username match the GitHub username?
It would be better if you can match it, like same username, or you can keep any username that is just the username on your local system. Email ID should match. Okay, make sure that email ID is matching.
Thanks.
Done.
Yes, sir. Done.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Done, everyone. Is it done?
Rajesh here.
Yes, Rajesh.
I'm getting an error. Just a minute. I'll say the error.
What error you are getting? Rajesh. Okay. So if it is done, now do one thing. I have a folder. I have created one folder on the desktop. So first do ls. ls is going to list the current all the directory in your current location. Okay. So if you want to check your current location, you can check with pwd. Okay. Pwd is the present working directory. You can write all these commands somewhere. Those who are from non-programming background, you just write these all commands. Okay. So you are working on git bash. So that gives you the access to the terminal. Like you can access the Windows OS using terminal. Okay. So all the terminal commands will work on the git bash. Now when you are writing pwd, it will give you the present working directory, means in which directory you are. And then if you'll do ls here, then in this location what all folders and files are available, it will list all files and folders. Okay. Now I want to go to the desktop, because on the desktop I have created one folder, that is git repo. So to guide myself to one step ahead, I will do cd. So cd desktop, I am going one step ahead, means currently I am in the you can say user / Vignesh Karthik, and down that there is these many folders: desktop, application, and documents, and downloads, and everything. These folders are under Vignesh Karthik. Okay. Now I want to go to the desktop folder. So I have done desktop to that, and on the desktop I have. So I want to see which location I want to go. I will do ls again. So I want to go here in the git repo, ABCDEFG git repo. Okay. So what I will do again, I will do cd and then git repo. Okay. Git repo. Okay. So now you are into this location, git repo. So if you want to make a kind of directory on your local system, like you might not be having it. So if you want to create such a directory, then the command for that is mkdir. First, you have to guide yourself to the location using cd. Let's say if you want to create this folder, like whatever repository you'll be keeping in one folder on your desktop or on your system, right? So wherever you want to go, you can guide yourself to that location. So how you will guide yourself to that location? By doing cd to that location. Okay. So you can do cd, you can guide yourself to that location, and once it is done, then wherever you want to create the directory, you can go ahead and create using mkdir. You can create a directory or you can create a folder. Okay. That folder name will be, you can keep anything. I have kept git repo. So since I have already created, I'm not going to create it. Those who want to create it, just write git mkdir and your folder name. Okay, your folder name, this one, that's it. Okay, so this will be created. Suresh, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. So how to go back in the path of directory? We used dir to go forward, right? So
To go back, you need to write here cd space double dot. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Sharvai. No, what you need to do as of now, if you have followed that, how you can guide yourself to the location from here, you can follow. Okay. And if you have just retrieved your password of your GitHub account, then just go ahead and copy this thing. That is what you need to do. That's it. Okay. If you have not done, then go ahead first fork it, and then after forking, copy this link. Okay. Fine, Sharvai. Okay. So we have done nothing. You can try this right now. So everyone, is this done? Are you into, have you created any folder? Probably you might have not created because this is the first class, right? So you might have not created. So first create one folder, like you can create any folder. I have created one Git repo. And in that, if I will do ls, one folder is already existing and few files are also existing. You can see int assignment, complex assignment, float assignment. These all are existing Boolean assignment. And this one is the repository for the August batch, which I have already kept it here. Okay. Now, what you need to do, you will be having that folder empty. If you do ls, it will show nothing. For me, these all files and folders. Now what I'm going to do is I copied this link. Okay, remember I copied this link. Now what I'm going to do with this link, so let's say if I want to clear this screen, so I have clear command. Okay, so it will clear the screen and nothing is lost. Actually everything is there. Okay, so everything is there in the background, so like nothing is lost, everything is there. Okay. You can scroll it up in the, what to say, in the Git bash, you can scroll it up and all these things, whatever operations you have done, it will be showing there. Okay. So now what I need to do, I need to clone this repository onto my local system. Now let's understand a bit of Git and GitHub, how it works. Okay, let's try to understand it within image. Okay, so let's say this is your local system. This is your local system, and there are 3 things in this. Okay, and finally you have cloud repository. This is the cloud repository you have. Fine. This is the cloud repository. The cloud repository is what? The GitHub account. And this is your local system. In your local system, when you downloaded Git, it has created one local repository on your local system. Okay, and there are 3 areas in your local system. Whenever you work on the Git, there are 3 areas which are created, and all these 3 areas are of different importance. Okay, if any one of them is missing, probably your Git system will not work properly. So first of all, you have working directory where you make the changes. Okay, so this is your working directory. Here you create the files, folders, and everything. This is your local folder, or you can say local files which you are creating here. Okay, now this is getting tracked by your local system. Okay, to getting tracked it by the Git system, you have to move it to the staging area. Okay, whichever file you will keep in your working directory, it will show it is untracked. Okay, when it is showing untracked, it means it is tracked by the local system, not by the Git. Now, when you will move these files and folders here in this location, in this staging area, okay? So these files and folders comes as tracked files or tracked folders, fine? Okay. Now, when it is tracked, so now it is tracked by the Git system and they are ready to move to the local repository. Okay. Now, these files and folders cannot be directly moved to the cloud repository. Before moving to the cloud repository, you need to move these files and folders from this staging area to the local repository. Once these files and folders are moved to the local repository, it will be kept here, okay, in the local repository. And this local repository is managed by one file called .git. Okay. Any file or folder which is preceded by dot in Linux operating system or Mac operating system, that is the hidden file. Okay. So in the case of like this is the hidden file, and all the files which are coming into the local repository, that will be tracked by this. So you can say .git is working as the repository. Okay. Now this file has to be moved to the cloud repository. Okay. So how do you move it? So you need to have, first of all, one thing, you need to have one active internet connection, and then you need to do the git push. This command helps us to push the code from the local repository to the cloud repository. Is it clear, everyone? The structure is clear?
Yes, sir.
Abhishek,
Yes.
the structure makes sense, but do you want to mention, when you say working directory, is it like files and folders in a specific place, and the staging area is something that we can visually see it, and local repository? So I'm just trying to picturize in my head, like where does this sit on my local system
I'll tell you one thing.
physically?
You have a local system, right? On your local system, you have lots of files and folders. Do you want to move all of them to the cloud repository?
No.
No. Only the one which you want. Let's say I'm working on a project, that particular project I want to move to the cloud repository. So anything which I'm doing on my local system, that is the working directory. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Clear? Now, when like you don't want to move everything, when you make the changes into a particular directory, which is a working directory, correct? Then it is untracked. So it should be tracked by Git system, right? Which file you want to move from working directory to the cloud repository, because you have lots of files. You don't want to move all the files to the cloud repository, right? You just want to move the files which are related to the project. Clear? So that has to be moved to the staging area. Correct. That will be now tracked. Clear?
That's where my question is. So when you say tracked, obviously the Git gets involved. How does that get involved in the staging place is my question.
Staging, how does it involve? Even I don't know. I've not done that much research, but yeah. So if you, okay, sorry, there is one command. Okay. So that command is git add. When you do git add, Git will come to know that I have to move this. After git add, you'll be writing the file or folder name which you want to move to the staging area.
Okay.
Okay. This way. That is fine.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Rish.
Okay. So sorry, Jude asked how will
Rish, your voice.
staging
Rish, your voice is
happen?
breaking.
So,
Your voice is breaking.
sir, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It is clear. Yes.
Yeah. Jude asked right how the staging will happen and where does this happen? When we clone a repository or when we create a repository in local system, we do git init, a command called git init. So everything which we stage will be happening inside that only. So just to
no, 1 minute. See, you do the git init in this working directory. Okay. You don't do the git in the staging area. Okay.
Okay.
It
so
means
I thought like whatever we are staging is yes.
Yeah. So let me complete. So it means, let's say you have created one folder called lb_dsc_july. Okay. This is a repository which we are going to clone. Or let's say this is a folder which you have created on your local system. Okay. This is one folder we have created. Now you are going to do git init in this folder. Now, what does it mean? So now Git will only, keep those files untracked which are in this particular working directory, not in the other directory, because you might be having n number of directory on your local system. Correct.
Yes.
So it will not keep all those files into the untracked stage. It will keep only those files which are initialized in this particular folder. Clear? So actually, these all things are coming into the Git system. These all things. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay.
Fine. So when you do git add, you will be doing the git add on the file which is there in your this working directory, not on the other working directory. So it will not track those files. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Now from tracked to move to the local repository. Local repository is a kind of local repository on your system. Okay. Forget about this cloud repository. Cloud repository came later. So initially, when in the initial days of the computer science, we used to have the local repository. Okay. And if someone wants, I will share this local repository to that particular person. Okay. So I need to move this file which is in the tracked stage to the local repository. And in this local repository, how you can move that file? So there is a git commit command. Okay. So using git commit, you can move the files from the tracked or staging area to the local repository. And now from here, the main part is to move this from cloud local repository to the cloud repository. Okay. Why? Because now everyone will be having the, if you want to share, you will be sharing your cloud repository only. Okay. And this is easy to share instead of the local repository. So now we need to move all the changes to the cloud repository. Okay. So what you have done now, I have created one cloud repository into the LearnBay account. Okay. I have created one repository into the LearnBay account here. Let's say this is the repository. This repository, what I have told you to fork into your account. Now, by doing forking, what you have done exactly here? So when you have forked it, so there are a number of candidates who have forked these accounts, right? So let's say this is one, this is one, this is another one, this is another one, 3 and 4. Okay. So n number of people have forked this repository. It means you have created a copy of this repository into your account. So it is sitting in everyone's account. Okay. So this repository is there in your account now. You can say the cloud repository. Okay. It is there. Now what we need to do is, see, I'm going to clone this repository. So first of all, what I did, I created the repository into the cloud. Now you have forked it, so it is available in your cloud repository also. But I need to link this cloud repository with my local repository. So what I'll be doing, I'll be cloning this repository on my local system. Clear? So as of now, it is not cloned. So I'll be cloning this repository on my local system. So when you will clone it, so whatever changes you will make here in your working directory after doing git add, commit and push, whatever changes you'll made, it will be pushed to your account. In my case, in my account. Okay, fine. So when it is pushed to your account, let's say you have created one file here, f1.py. You have created f1.py. Let's say this is A person, this is B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, and you all of you guys have created one file here in this repository, which is in your local system. Okay. Now what you need to do, you need to send it to your not this is the cloud repository. Sorry, this is the cloud repository. You will not be creating any file or folder here as of now. Yeah. So you have created it. Now you will be cloning it on your local system. Let's say you guys have your local system. This is the local system you have. This is the local system for everyone. This is the local system you have. Okay. This is for A. This is for B. You will be cloning it. Okay. C, D, E, and F. Okay. Now you will be cloning this same repository here also on your system. So you have cloned it here. You are going to clone it here. Everyone has cloned it. Okay. After cloning it, you are making some changes on your local system. You have created one file in this repository. Okay. You have, after creating the file, you have done the git add and git commit. After doing git add and git commit, you are pushing those changes into your respective cloud repository. Okay. Using git push, you will be pushing all those changes into your cloud repository. Okay. Right. Now, once it is done, then it is available in your cloud repository. It is not going to show me. Okay. So what you need to do, let's say this is the assignment and you want to send me the solution. So you need to send this to me also, right? Because it is available in your cloud repository. I cannot log in into your account. I can see that. Okay. So it is into your repository or in your account. So to send it to me, what you will be doing, you will be creating a pull request here. That is called creating pull request. Okay. So let's say 6 candidates are there. So everyone will be creating one pull request. So there will be total 6 pull requests which will be showing in my account. And once I'll be accepted, whatever changes you have made here, it all will show in my account. Clear, everyone? Yes, Jude.
Say, for example, a couple of them or more send a conflicting information. How does that get resolved?
You can
I've created a file.
You can revert those changes. You can always revert those changes. Okay. You
No,
see, remember,
in order to push
can,
it to the cloud, for example, person A and B, they've created file name called F1 and F1. Both are F1, and they're trying to push that into one location. How
I'll tell you
that
in some
has to
time.
be stopped, right?
I'll tell you in some time, instead of
Okay, no
explaining
problem.
it now. It would be better if I will show you that how it keeps a track of it. If you'll be keeping f1.py, f1.py, both will same name as per your question. It same name is same, right? But still it will keep it. How it will keep it? There is a small change. Okay, I mean, there is a small concept behind that. Okay, I'll explain it.
See, the pull request, is it actually pulling or is it actually sending a request for you to approve and accept?
Yeah, you are sending the pull request to me, means I have to pull that changes into my account.
Oh,
I have
okay.
to
Pull
accept
not
those
from
changes.
my perspective, pull from your perspective.
Yes, from my perspective.
Right. And also see this git add, git commit, that there's a step-by-step process. Is that a mandatory thing? Can I not from the working directory directly use git commit?
No.
So it has to follow these.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to write it somewhere. This is why I have created these all things. So I can say this is this step 1. Okay, these all things is this step 1. From here, this will be step 2. Okay, and then I think this was the step 1. What should I do now? So you can do this one later also. I have created the repository. You can fork it later here. So forking is the step 3, I can say, and cloning is step 4. Okay, and after cloning again here it will come step 5, like from after cloning, making the changes and pushing to it your local cloud repository, and then this creating the pull request is step 6. Okay, fine. At least this part you have to do: git add, git commit, git push. These all things you have to do one by one, and then once it is git push is done, then you have to create the pull request. So these 4 steps you have to do one by one. Okay, rest all, like we have created the repository, we have forked the repository, that you can do in any sequence. That doesn't matter. Clear?
Do you have a list of these commands written down somewhere, or is it available on Google?
It is available on Google. You can get it, or I'm going to do it right now. So either you can make a note of it right now, or you can make a note of it after watching the videos, or I will be sharing you this. Can you see this? Okay. So I'll be sharing you this notebook. I'll be sharing you this notebook. Okay. Fine. This one, these all things are here. Okay. Okay. Fine. Anything else, guys? Any other question? Any question? No question? Okay. So now let's do one thing. Okay, so where we are, we have created the cloud, you have fogged it into your cloud repository. Now we have to create the clone. So to create the clone, we need to come to our terminal, or you can say to your, to your Git bash. Those who are on Windows, come to your Git bash, and those who are on Mac or Linux, they can come to their terminal. Okay. Now I hope you are into this location. I have guided myself to Git repo. I'm into this location, and here I'll be cloning this, so you just first go to your repository, make sure it is showing here your username, okay, and then this is the repository name. Or one more thing you can check, in the URL box, first it should show your username, and then it should show the repository name. If it is showing, cross check it 2 times, okay, like, if it is showing LMS Learn Vista, then probably it will create a problem later. Okay, so first you need to make sure that this is your username and then repository name. Once it is showing, then go to this code, copy this, click on this button, it will be copying the link. Now come to the terminal here, and in the folder you just write git clone and paste the link. Okay, paste the link. Once it is done, press enter. It will start cloning the cloud repository into your local system. Then, is it done?
Is there a separate command in git bash for paste?
Control V. Control V.
Yeah, I'm trying that, but it doesn't paste.
Do right click. You might be getting paste button.
Oh yes, thanks.
Done. Okay, now it is done. So now let's do ls again. So now if you'll see that previously it was showing boolean, float, int, complex assignment, and then this py August repository. Now I'm creating this repository lb py July weekday 2020. This repository is cloned into your local system. Okay, now we need to guide myself to this location. So what I'll be doing, again I'll be doing cd lb underscore, just to tab, lb underscore py underscore tab. Okay, now you just go to this particular repository, and now here we will check ls. So if you will do ls, there is one file only, which is readme.md, and same file was available here also. Okay, but there are few more things available here. If you want to check the hidden files also into your repository or into your file or folder or directory, then do ls-al. Okay, it will list all the hidden files and folder, including the non-hidden ones. And you can see there is a .git. Okay, there is a .git folder. Okay, which is working as a local repository, and this is what the local repository I was talking about. Clear? So everything at the end should be pushed here, or should be committed here into this. Okay, fine. Clear, everyone? So ls to list all the non-hidden files or folders into your current directory, and ls-al is to see the details as well as the hidden and non-hidden files folders also. I hope this is clear till here. Everyone is done. Any question? No. So now what we are going to do, we are going to make one changes here. Few commands you need to have a hands-on practice of is, first of all, git status. Okay, keep checking git status. What is the current status of your present working directory? If you do it right now, it will show you that we are on master branch. Okay, and your branch is up to date. There is no changes and nothing to commit. It means everything working tree is clean. Means there is nothing, no changes you have done. Once you make the changes here, it will change this status. Okay, and those status we will see in some time. Clear? Now let's create one file. How you can create the file? Let me clear this screen. Now how you can create the file? Shall I proceed now? Everyone is done till here?
Abhishek, one quick question. So
Yes.
currently we are in the working directory, right? When it fetches the status, it is merely fetching the status of what's in that. It's not actually going to the cloud and getting the status, right?
No, okay, no, yes, it is getting the status of your current local directory, not the cloud directory.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Suresh, you asked me to do the git init. You will not be doing the git init here. Okay, why?
Okay.
Because you are directly cloning the repository from the cloud. So GitHub repository always a git repository. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
don't
okay.
have to do the git init. In the
Okay.
case if you are creating a local directory on your system and then you want to initialize it as a git directory, then you have to do git init. Okay.
Okay, okay. So you already have Git init, so that is not mandatory for
Yes.
us, right? Okay, okay.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. So now what we are going to do, we are going to use the Vim editor to create a file and to write the content, some code into that. Okay. So I'll be creating Vim f1.py. Okay. So this is the Vim editor, and by default it is into non-insert mode. You cannot write anything here. If you want to write something here, then you have to go into the insert mode. To move into the insert mode, you have to press I after writing Vim f1.py. Now, what is Vim f1.py? Vim is the default editor for the terminal, okay, or Linux-based operating system. Okay, so now this Vim editor, using the Vim editor, we are writing the code. Okay, we can write anything, not the code. You can write anything. You can create any kind of file. Vim is equal to f1.txt or Vim is equal to f1.py or any file you can create, and you can start writing the content into it. But before writing, what you need to do, you need to move into the insert mode. You need to go into the insert mode. To go into the insert mode, we have the I button. So once the file is opened, you can go into the insert mode after pressing I. Just give me a minute, Jude. Now let's say if the file is not there, okay, then Vim command creates the file. Okay, you remember write mode, you remember file handling write mode. So in the case of write mode, if you are opening the file into the write mode, it will create the file if the file is not existing, and if the file is existing, then it will open the file and delete the content. But here in this case, Vim editor, by default, it is, if the file is not existing, it will open the file and it will create a file. And if you want to write, you need to go into the insert mode by pressing I button. And if the file is existing and content is written, it will not delete the content. It will just open the file, and then you can go into the insert mode. You can, if you want, you can delete. If you don't want, you cannot delete. You can start writing the content further. Okay, fine. Yes, Jude, go ahead.
See that Vim command, does it work for the Git bash as well?
Yes, it should work.
Okay.
Okay. Git bash, you can say that is just you can say it's the bridge between your Windows based operating system to work with the Linux command. Okay, Linux command will not work on the command prompt, right? So using Git bash, you can run the Linux command on your Windows operating system also. Okay, and
Right.
Git bash is a shell also, which is default shell for your Git. Okay, now, so I'm not using that. I have Git bash, but I'm not using that. I'm using this terminal, default terminal, because I'm working on Linux based operating system. Okay, so now it is done, everyone. Yes,
So
Arpita?
it's Vim and the file name to
Yes, Vim space
create.
file name with the extension. Yes, Arpita, do you have any question?
Yeah, Abhishek, it's not accepting my Vim command. It's saying me the term Vim is not recognized as the name of command.
Okay, so do this one. Do right there, this one, sudo apt-get install
Sorry.
vim.
Sudo?
Sorry,
Sudo? Could you repeat it?
it is written on my screen.
Okay.
Sudo apt-get install vim.
No, it's not recognizing sudo as well.
Are you working on Mac or Linux? Sorry.
Windows.
Where you have you opened Git Bash
Yeah.
or command prompt?
The other commands were working properly, but this one is not working.
Sudo. There is one more package.
Yeah,
Okay,
Abhishek,
let me-
same
Yes.
for me as well. I'm getting Vim to accessible, but if I'm trying to access for vim.py, it is showing run command not run, something like that.
Okay. Share your screen, either Pita or you. You can, any one of you can share your screen.
Yeah, just a second.
You are using the terminal. I want you to use Git Bash.
Okay.
Hmm?
But the other commands work on terminal, but the Vim one will not work here.
It's fine. Probably it is not installed on your this local system. So use Git Bash. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Do one thing. Minimize it. Open Git Bash. Let me see. Like others also, those for who like Sharvari and I didn't see the name. You asked me the question like you are also working on the terminal or Git Bash?
Yeah, Abhishek, I'm working on Git Bash only.
Git Bash. You can share your screen. Arpita, can you please stop
Yeah.
the sharing? Yeah, please share your screen. Yes, it is working. No,
For this Vim, it is coming. If I'm 1 second.
this is the details. No, don't cancel it. Yes, yeah, fine.
Okay.
So do one thing.
Okay.
Just press escape button. Escape. Now escape is done. Now colon WQ. Colon WQ. Done.
Yes.
One
There
minute.
is pattern not found.
1 minute. Give me the control.
Guess you used slash instead of colon.
I think it is working
Sorry,
now.
sorry,
So
yeah.
you may write A is equal to, you are writing the code. Yes. What is the problem? It's working. No? Okay. So now what you need to do, you need to write escape, then colon WQ. Okay. I will tell you. First, you need to press escape button. Sorry, 1 minute. Just leave it. Okay. Escape, then colon WQ. See this colon. Okay.
Okay.
To save the changes. Okay. To quit this editor and save the changes, you have to do this every time. So when I'll be telling you, you just type this. Okay. Yes, Sharvari, what about you? You can stop your sharing, please.
Yeah.
Praful. Sharvari, please share your screen. Working, right? Okay. What about others? Anyone else for whom it is not working? Same with me as well. It is done. Git Bash working. Okay. From where to copy? I hope it is done. Right? Is it done? Arpita, let me know whether it is working for you.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done, right? Now, let's write some code here. So I'll be writing, is you may not write also, that's fine. So B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B, and print C. Okay, done. So I'm done writing the code. Now I need to close and save this. So first I will do escape, then colon WQ. Okay, so escape means coming out of the editing mode, and then colon WQ means I'm done the changes. I want to close the file and save the changes. So you will be doing colon WQ. Okay, this is done. Okay, so now
Abhishek, if you want to go back into the same file,
you just do cd space dot dot.
CD.
Okay, so the same file. Sorry, no, sorry. Same file
CD will
f1.py.
get,
You will it will take you to the previous folder or previous location. If you want to go to the same file, you just need to write again same vim f1.py. Okay.
okay.
Same file.
Vim is
Okay,
an
and
entry
now
point, and then you make changes, and WQ
exactly
is exit. Okay.
correct. Right now you cannot write here anything. Okay, so first you need to, this is in the visual mode. If you want to write something, then you first press I. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can write I. So now you are in the insert mode. Okay, and then you can start editing the code. Okay, this is done. So now let's do the git status. What git status is showing? Can you see here? Your branch is up to date with origin master, but there is one untracked files. What file? This f1.py. Clear? I forgot to do one thing. Everyone has done this vim f1.py.
Yeah.
Everyone has done this.
Yes.
Okay. Do one thing. Do rm f1.py. Is it done? Do rm f1.py. Now do ls. It is empty. Only readme.md. Rm stands for remove. Is it done? Rm f1.py. So rm is for remove.
Okay.
Okay. Now do one thing. Create one directory mkdir in this location. Create one directory mkdir with your name. My name is Abhishek. Okay, so I'm creating this folder Abhishek. Fine. So create one directory with your name in the same location. Okay. So now do ls and it will show you this Abhishek folder. Okay. Now move to this location Abhishek. So I'll do cd Abhishek. Done. Clear? Now press enter. You are into this location Abhishek folder. Now inside this folder, now you go ahead and do vim f1.py. Okay, go to the insert mode, write the code whatever you want to write. You can write anything. No need to write the same thing. You can write anything, whatever you wish. You can write c is equal to a plus b print c. Okay, escape colon wq. Then let me know once it is done till here. So you need to make one folder, create one folder. Don't skip that part. Okay, create one folder with your name.
Yes, sir. It is done.
Done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we need to do, again, do the git status now. If you will do the git status, so now it is showing that there is one untracked file. So why it is showing like this? Because currently you are in the Abhishek folder. So first do one thing, just move one step back, means go to your repository, come out of the Abhishek folder, do here cd space double dot. Okay. So now into your repository, now do ls. So you will see that in the Abhishek, there is Abhishek folder and this readme.md, and now do the git status. Now if you do the git status, it is showing that there is one folder called Abhishek, and in that some file is there which is changed. Okay, so now you have made the changes into the Abhishek folder. Okay, and this is the untracked file. Fine. Now let me clear this. Everyone done till here? So now we need to move this changes to the staging area. Yes, Sayan?
Sir, how to go back to the previous folder?
cd space double dot. cd space double dot.
Okay.
Now, whatever command I am writing now, this command you will be writing after coming into this repository. Make sure you are into this repository. You need to come one step back. So you do cd space double dot. Why? Because if you do into the Abhishek folder, so probably that you will not be able to add and commit. Okay, because that is not a Git repository. Git repository is this one. Okay, so make sure you are into this location. So before this, where were you? You were into your folder. Okay, now you are coming out of that cd space double dot, so you are into this repository now. So I have checked the status. There is one untracked file. So what I can do, I need to move that untracked file to the tracked status, and that is the staging area. So to move to the staging area, need to do git add dot. Okay, space dot. Clear? Dot means whatever changes are there, including, first of all, when you do, let's say if you have a file, okay, in this current location, LBPY July weekday 2020, let's say you have created one file f1.py. So you can write here f1.py. So only one file will be moved from untracked to tracked. But I want to make all the changes. It means the folder I have created and the file also I have created, all the changes I want to move to the staging area. So I'll be just writing git space add space dot, and it will move everything to the staging area. Now, if you will do the git status, so if you will check here, it will show you that changes to be committed. Now it is not showing it into the red. First thing. Second thing, it is not showing the untracked files. It is showing changes to be committed. Means we are into the staging area, and you can see which file. So Abhishek /f1.py file is the into the staging area. Yes, Jude.
So add space dot includes everything under that. If I have multiple folders, it would include all folders and the sub files.
All the changes, whatever changes you have made in this location, all the changes.
Right. So let's say I have Abhishek and Jude file in a folder, and you have 10 files within. I want a particular file from my folder. So should I have to show the path, or just mention the file name?
You have to write the file name. Okay.
Just the file name is enough.
Yeah.
But what if, because there are two different folders and both have f1.py, I cannot merely give.
Write the path name. Check. I think it should work.
That's what
with
I
the
wanted
path
to
name.
know, if that is.
Yeah, it should work with the path name. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? Yes, Amit.
Abhishek, I think I came back one folder back. How to go again to this LBPY?
Where you are? In which location you are?
I'm in Git repo folder.
Git repo. So do cd space lb_py_July _weekday _2020. cd space this folder name. You will be coming to that location.
Okay. And before this, I tried with git add dot. It's showing warning. LF will be replaced by CRLF in Amit.
Ignore that.
Yes. Okay.
Ignore it as of now. We will do some settings later, not now.
Okay. Yeah.
Done, everyone. Still here, git add.
Abhishek, one more question. Sorry. Now we've used git.add, so it's moved to staging, right? Well, what if I made a mistake? I want to revert that.
There is the option. So we'll be learning all of that. First of all, as of now, today, I will keep my discussion till pushing the code and sending the changes to me. Okay, till there.
No problem.
Then you have branching, merging, rebasing, then reverting the changes and all those things. So that's like 2 or 3 classes will be required for that. Means 1 hour of 2 or 3 classes. Okay. So I'll be doing. I don't want to do everything in a single day. I was.
All right. Okay.
Thinking of doing all these things in 1 hour, but it is completed. So let's do that. Rosalind, you can skip. You can just ignore those warnings as of now. Okay.
Abhishek, but it's not showing here like it's showing to you new file Abhishek dot this. It's not showing here. Is that okay?
Share me your screen.
Sorry, I can't share. I'm working on 2 different laptops. On one there's Zoom meeting, the other I'm using GitBash.
Okay.
Wait, I'll do something.
So is this your, you are typing this git config core.autocrf, is this yours in the chat box?
No, I have not given
Okay.
there.
So yeah, yes. So Roslyn, is it this is the warning it is showing. So I hope you are able to do the git add. Is there any error into it?
No, Abhishek, there's no error now.
That's fine. Yes, that's fine then. We'll look into it. Okay. Amit, let me know where you are.
Yeah, I'll share the screen. I'm joining from the other laptop also.
Yeah. So sure. Yes, Harjot, do you have any question?
Yeah, Abhishek. So which one is more recommended, Git Bash or Git desktop?
Git Bash, Git desktop. Where is Git desktop?
Oh,
Are you
sorry,
getting Git desktop?
the GitHub, like that, the UI.
GitHub is a different. GitHub is a different thing. Git Bash is a different thing. GitHub is a cloud repository. Git Bash is your to manage your changes on your local system. Yeah, probably you are asking whether CLI is recommended or GUI is recommended.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
CLI.
command line is better or the UI part is better?
CLI, command line.
CLI.
Yeah. Okay. Because in the servers, most of the time you will not be having the monitors or the screen, right? So you have to work with the commands only, right?
Okay. Because there, I think on the desktop or the applications we use to push the code, we don't require any CL commands to basically recollect everything.
Correct. Yeah. Amit, do one thing. Do git space status. What it is showing? Git space status. It's fine, no? So you have moved the file to the staging area. There's no problem. Okay. So that's fine. I think everyone is still here. Now I'm going to share my screen. So now we are into the staging area. We need to move these files to the local repository. Okay. So now how you can move these files to the local repository? So there is a git commit command. Okay. Git commit command, and you need to write the message, some message. So I'll be writing, to write the message, you need to first write -m, and the message should be in the quotation. So I'll be writing something you may write. Okay. Moving f1.py to cloud for first time. Okay. Fine. So this is the git commit. Once you will do this git commit, so now the file will be moved to the local repository. Okay. Press enter, and what it is showing, it should show this to everyone. Let me know if it is showing something else. One file changed, 5 insertions, create mode. This, like, these things might be different, but like this number and all, but like this kind of message will show to you. Let me know if it is showing the same thing to you guys.
Yep.
Yes.
Fine. So now we have committed the changes, means whatever changes we have made in our local folder or local or present working directory, those all things are moved to the local repository, and from the local repository we need to move it to the cloud. Okay, but there is one problem. Let's try to do the git push -f origin master. Okay, try to do this, and what it is showing, it is asking for the username. There's some password, so I have set this git credential. I'll deny this as of now, but it is asking for the username for this. Okay, so my username was what? So I have created this one, right? So the username is, I think, Abhishek. Okay, anyway, so I'll try this. This is the username. Now it is asking the password. I don't remember the password. Let me check 1 minute. Huh? You may also check your password. So do this. Let me know whether it is showing the same thing and you are.
Abhishek, to me, it has opened a new window for GitHub
Yes.
login.
Yes, you need to log in into that.
Okay.
Is it our credential that we log into?
Yes, yes, obviously your credential. Do that. Log in with your credential first, okay?
Does that mean that I'm pushing it to my repository? Because
Yes, that's what you are doing. That's what you are doing, no? You are pushing to your repository.
My cloud repository.
Correct, your cloud repository.
But the intention is to push it to yours, right?
That one we will do after this, no? We'll tell you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it should show this message. Finally, everything is done. Now, if I will check Git status, so it should show this on branch master. The first message which we saw in the beginning, your branch is up to date, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. It means all the changes which you have made in the local repository, that has been moved to the cloud repository. It means if I will check the ls command here, so we have Abhishek folder, and in Abhishek folder, I'm having f1.py. So this folder should.
Sorry to interrupt. Your screen is frozen.
Sorry. Now it is visible.
Yeah.
Sorry. So what I did after that, I did git push -f origin master after committing. So I'm pushing these changes to my cloud repository. So it was asking for the username and password. You need to enter. So for you, when you are doing for the first time, it will show you, it will pop up a login window. Okay. I did it for the first time, so it didn't pop it. It was asking me the password. I denied that. And then I entered my username and password here in this terminal. Okay. So I entered the email ID here. Username it was not taking. I entered the email ID and then I entered the password. After that, it has push the code to my cloud repository. Okay. So now if I will do ls into my current local repository, it is showing that there is a Abhishek folder, and in Abhishek folder one f1.py, that changes I have made into the local repository on my local system, right? So since I have pushed the code into my cloud repository, that should be available in my cloud repository also. So go here and just reload this page and check whether this Abhishek folder or your name folder is created here or not. Go to this Abhishek folder and check whether this f1.py is existing or not. And it should come with the commit message which you have written, moving f1.py to cloud for first time. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is there.
Okay. So Jude, you did ask me that let's say if we have the different files of the same name, how it will be saving it. So this is a version control system. It keeps a track of all the versions you are creating. This is the message which is going to differentiate between the different files of the same name. Clear?
Okay.
Fine. So I think everyone is done till here. Let me know, confirm, please.
Yes, sir, it is done.
Sorry, Abhishek, can you do the last part because I could not log into that
Yeah.
Git thing. I forgot my password. I missed the last part.
This git push -f origin master. Okay, try to do this. Done?
Yep.
Yes, Suresh?
Sir, okay. So I understand the thing. To push that, we use this before logging in, right? So what is that -f means? I'm not getting that because I'm not to memorize blankly, right? So what does that -f means? -m is for message, you said?
-f, even I also forgot. Check
Okay,
it. I don't remember. I need to check in the Google.
Yeah, sure.
What is -f in git push? Push command in git. You can check it on the internet. Even I don't remember. I forgot it. So there are different, this. You can pass git push dash all. Okay. Then you have dash force. Means okay. So this stands for force. Okay. Means forcibly you are pushing all these files and folders to the cloud repository. Okay. Forcibly means what? Forcibly means what? Generally we push one file at a time. So what you can do, if you will not write -f, you will write git push. Okay. And let's say if you have changes, you have just created only one file, not the folder. If you are not pushing the folder, you are just pushing the file, then you can do only git push. It will push that file. Okay. But since you have created the folder, so you have to do first of all git add dot, and then while pushing you have to do git push -f origin master. Means whatever changes you have done, all the changes have to be pushed to the cloud.
Okay, sir. Okay, so it is force, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so is it done, everyone? It is showing this one, this Abhishek folder in your GitHub repository, cloud repository. For everyone, it is showing. Yes, no, please confirm. We are getting late. From where
Yes,
to
Abhishek,
copy?
it's showing.
What you want to know? I think screen frozen. Okay, so I think it is showing for everyone. Okay, now probably you might be seeing this pull request. After going to the Abhishek folder, are you able to see this pull request? Or you can go here in the repository also. Here you can see the pull request in the main repository.
Yes.
Everyone, anyone who is not able to see this pull request, please confirm. Sometimes it doesn't show. Everyone, it is showing.
Able to see that.
Okay, so first reload this button. Have you refreshed this page?
Which one? Sorry, Abhishek.
Refresh the page. Come to your GitHub repository. Reload it. Okay. Done.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is showing pull request.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone, anyone for whom it is not showing? I think it is showing for all of you guys. Okay. So now click on this pull request. It will guide you to this. Okay. Now you are comparing the changes. So these all things we will learn later. But as of now, what your requirement is, you want to send these changes to me. Okay. See, this one is what? This is not my. Okay. So let's go back one step back. See, what is this? I have created one GitHub account, which is my account, my personal account. And the repository which I created, that was into LMS LearnBay account. Okay. This is into LMS LearnBay account. Okay. This repository into LMS LearnVista LBPage UI. And this, sorry, not this one. Yeah, can you see? This is LearnBay account, and in the LearnBay account, I have created this LMS LearnVista LBPI, this repository. This link I have shared. You have forked it. You have created a copy or forked copy into your, you can say, your cloud repository, and then you have cloned that repository, made the changes, save the changes into the cloud repository, push the changes, and then currently you are into your local cloud repository. So this is my personal account. And here I have made the changes with the Abhishek. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the pull request from my account, personal account. So this is the pull request I'm creating. So I will create this pull request. So this is the changes I have done, right? Now just go here, click on create pull request. You can write the message here. It is showing default message which you have written while writing the commit, and then you just need to create on click on create pull request. Once you will do this, so you are sending this pull request to LMS or LearnBay account. Okay. So it is done. Fine. Now let's come to the LearnBay account. Everyone, please do this. So now I'll be coming to my LearnBay account. This is my LearnBay account. So I have sent one pull request. And if any one of you have sent the pull request, then it will show me the count here. You can see in this time interval, 5 people have sent me the pull request. I can keep on refreshing it. And as you will send it to me, it will show it to me. Okay, now 7. Every second, one person is doing, right? So this is fine. Now, once I'll accept this pull request, let's say if I'll be accepting this pull request from Siddharth, okay, let's accept it. So I'll go to this pull request. You don't have to do this. I'll be doing this. So merge pull request, confirm merge. And now, when I'll be going to my repository, you can see this Siddharth KM folder is created in my repository or LMS repository. Clear, everyone? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is clear.
For everyone, is it clear? So it is showing. Now,
So
this
before,
is what you will do.
Before it was empty, right? Now, as you will accept, so all those folders will be added.
Yes. Yeah. So for example, for Siddharth, it is showing, right? Now let's come here and let's accept another one. Only Siddharth showing, right? Let me do it for Jim Sim. I don't know. Jim Sim. Okay. So I'm accepting this merge pull request, confirm merge. And I'm coming to my repository. You can see this Jude MD. Jude has done these changes, right? So it is showing for him also. Clear? So once I'll accept, so I want you all to send me this pull request and I'll be accepting it after the class. Then all these folders will show to me. Clear?
Abhishek, before you accept, does it tell you like is the comment is the only thing that you rely on as to what they've done, right? So you can't actually get into and see it before you merge it.
Not only comment, there is a timestamp. There is a lot of things. Okay, not only the comment. Comment including timestamp and then the name, then the user who has done that and everything.
But you can't see the actual change that they made.
Actual change I can see. I can go here and I can open your file. I can see what you have done.
So that's after merging. What I'm asking is before you merge, you still can see that and then.
No, obviously. How I can do that? I cannot log in into your account, right?
No, what I'm asking is, so if you go to the pull request, right? If you go to the pull request, you have a list of all the changes, right?
Correct.
Can you see the changes they've made in that space?
Not exactly, but I can just see that what you have done here. So I can see this message moving F1 cloud for the first time, and if I'll go here,
that's what I'm asking.
This is the details I'm just getting, nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be the security issue. No, how it is. Let's see, files changed. Yeah, I can see this one also. This is what you have written. Yeah, I can see that. I can see this.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Correct. I can see that. So I can check. Let's say if before merging, if I want to check that the changes done by Amrita, whether it is correct or not.
Yes,
okay?
that's exactly.
So I will review it, and if it is not proper, then I will return this pull request. I'll not accept it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Fine, everyone. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it is clear.
So, two person cannot keep the same folder name, right? Otherwise, I mean, one of them you have to reject one of them.
No, I think username will be different then, right? Username will be different.
Okay.
Correct. System ID will be different. From which system you are doing that? Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are keeping two names same, then also it will show. But if you are doing two folders, then probably it will create a conflict.
I'm saying like if two person suppose created same folder name in their local repository.
So it will accept.
It will create two folders with name like Jude MD.
Yes, Jude MD. Okay. So if two people are giving the same name, Jude MD, it will create. Okay. There are a lot of internal things which, like, it is keeping, Git is a version control. So it is keeping track of every changes, whatever is happening on your system, even a minute change also. Okay. So it may keep track of the timestamp, the system ID, the location and everything. Okay. So something will be different, right? User name might be different, or system ID might be different. Something might be different. Accordingly, it will create. Okay. Fine.
And
So
Abhishek,
let me do.
once you pull that request and you merged it, do I get notified?
Once I'll accept it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that. You may check whether you have received any notification for that. But I will get notification. I will get the notification when you will send me the pull request in the mail. Okay. Probably you might be getting one mail. Okay. When I'll accept it, probably you might be getting one mail. Please check once. Give me a minute. 1 minute. I'll come in 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay. So is it done for everyone? I'll be accepting this pull request. I cannot see much. I can just see still 6 pull requests. So I don't know whether you guys will send. If you send it, then I'll accept it finally today at the end of the day. So I'll check and I'll accept those. Okay. So those who are in the class, they can create this pull request and send it to me. Right. So it will now I will accept it, and then okay. So now the last thing we will do here is let me do one thing. Let me accept these, at least these pull requests. 1 minute. Don't push any changes now. Means don't create any pull request now. You may do it later, like after this session. Okay, got a mail for merging my peer. Okay, great. So I think you are getting the notification. That's really great. So now these all are the changes we have done. Now let's see one thing. If I will refresh this, let's say there it is, my account. This is yes, this is the account. Now where is that? July weekday. This one. This is the one. Correct. So this one is created. Now, so next in the next class, what we will do, we will see that whatever changes we have made here, okay, how you can make these changes available in your cloud repository. Okay, fine. So let's say if you want, I want to see, this is my personal account, I want to see the code from Amit or Jude or Amrita, then how I'll be able to see that? So then you need to make these changes available into this account, clear, into your personal account. Okay, so how you will be doing that? So that one we will check in the next class. As of now, till here we have done that, and finally we will be doing git pull later. So okay, so after that, so I think till here everyone is clear, right? So now let's say after this, if you are doing anything, any project or any let's say assignment, so use this for our batch, like till Python is getting covered, this will be the repository we'll be using. Okay, not the Google Classroom, we'll be using this one. So I hope it is done till here for everyone. Anyone facing any problem or any question? No? So fine. So let me end this now. So again, tomorrow, I was thinking of completing it in 1 hour, not done. So tomorrow we'll see and we'll do it in another 1 hour. Let's start with the NumPy. We are left with that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm closing this. This is not required. This is also not required. And one thing I forgot to mention. So what I will do, this is my Abhishek folder, right? So where it is, okay. So this is Abhishek folder, right? In this, what I will do, I'll be uploading the notes. I'll not be uploading it in the Google Classroom now. Recording you will get there, but from today onwards you'll be getting the notes from here. Okay, because this is IPYNB file, so you can it will be easier for me to directly upload, and for you also it will be easier to pull that request. Okay, so how you'll be able to do that? Not today, from tomorrow we'll do. First let me explain that. Okay, so today you'll be getting in the Google Classroom only. So we are done till here. Now let's come